I don't know why today's price action reminds me of the saga continues. Puff Daddy. Okay, sorry. Now I'm going to explain what I mean. We've been following the USD index for, pretty much every day. And we've been talking about this area here on the daily higher time frame perspective and the reaction here, where the price could either bounce or break out. But I still want to see 100.50 on this DXY USD index D1 time frame. This is a key area of flip zone, right? Flip zone, resistance, resistance, and you look to the left, obviously, you see some support and whatever. But this is what happened, and I'm going to also explain this by showing you a trade that I took as well. And this trade that I took, it actually ended up as a loss, but I'm going to explain so that you understand better. Even though it was a loss, I'm going to show you guys something because, well, I should be sitting on, some little profit as of now. But let's continue. I'm going to make it clear and then you understand exactly where I'm coming from. So if you look at what we have right in front of us, right? This is the area that we're talking about here. And we said this is where we have the resistance. And you can see price is slightly coming down. And this is the daily time frame. So let us switch to the hourly time frame, which is this over here. And the hourly time frame is where I have the flip zone indicator that plots some key levels for me, flip zone based on flips, support onto resistance, resistance onto support and whatnot, right? So this area here was very, very important. And if you look at the struggle here, you can look at these areas of lows that was building up here. It was almost a no-brainer that we should see price fall here, right? I remember we have news for today on the USD index, right? If you check your first factory calendar or check any other calendar out there for the fundamentals, you see the FOMC for today. So based on this move on the USD index, I was expecting the price to drop over here, meaning that for EU, right, price should go up. For GU, price should also go up because they're both inversely, they move in the opposite direction with respect to USD index. And of course, UCHF, right? Sorry, my handwriting is all over the place. For UCHF, we should expect it to go down. And this was exactly what happened. So I placed a trade on Euro USD, and I'm going to show you exactly what happened. So this is the chart over here on Euro USD from the hour time frame. And I'll just flip over to my screenshots. I did a screenshot for you guys to see. So this is the screenshot over here. So if you look at the screenshot, you'll see something. This here is based on the flippy indicator, right? On the 1 hour time frame for Euro USD. And you see we had this area here that has built as support. There was a breach here, but it ran back up, showing that this was a false break here. And then it came back down. And I got my entry over here. I don't know that you can see this small blue indicator here. That is indicating my entry for a buy at this area of support. My stop loss, unfortunately, was here. I should have had it a little bit lower, but whatever, right? So my stop loss was here. This was where my take profit was supposed to be, as you can see by this marker here. So I was expecting price to at least get to this level here. Then I could adjust my stop loss either to break even or maybe it's halfway because it could get to this point here and then drop back to test this and then push higher. I was waiting for whatever scenario to play out. But this is what played out over here. It first of all took out my stop loss and blew past this one up to where it is now. Now, even though I had a loss, right? It was a 2% loss. Even though I had a loss, I'm not crying. That was what, I put on the line. And I knew that there was a probability of it being a loss and even being a winner. But whatever the case might be, it is now what do you do after? Don't forget your psychology, has a massive role to play in your trading. So based on what is happening here on this Euro USD, I am still looking for buy opportunities. Yes, I'm looking for a possible pullback to this area here. And then we look for clues over here to follow up to this point here. and then eventually to this point here this week. Let's see if this can happen this week, right? No matter what happens, we always say we make adjustments based on what price is doing. If our analysis says, oh, we should be buying and then price should flip the other way, then I'm going to flip the other way and then look for short sell opportunities. I, as a trader, I'm simply following price. And once again, whatever strategy you're using, whether it's support resistance, supply demand, SMC, ICT, PPC, ABC, whatever it is, I really don't care. It is all about that common sense approach. Does it make sense? Does everything make sense? Does your entry make sense? Does your risk management make sense? Does your trade management make sense? If it makes sense, go ahead and pull the trigger. This is going to help on your psychology in a massive way. Trust me, right? So why am I looking for price to pull back to this area for me to join, even though I had a loss over here? Simply because if you look to your left, guys, look to your left, you can see this area that acted as resistance and here acting as what? Support. So you can see that the flippy indicator, the flip zone indicator, has already marked this area down for us. And if I have a pullback here and it aligns appropriately, trust me, I'm going to pull the trigger again and I'll let you guys know tomorrow in the next video what happened. If it got here, if I got my entry, if it didn't get here, I'm going to let you guys know. And don't forget, we always say, always conduct your market review at the end of every week. Today is Wednesday. This is more or less halfway. Let's see how the market plays out further. Trade safely, guys. I'm rounding up this video, trying to make the videos as short as possible so we hit the nail on the head. So let me just do something now. Let me clean this up real quick and then flip back to the live chat and see what is happening over here. Okay, so this is the live chat. I could zoom in one or whatever the case might be. You can see it has pulled back a bit. So we are definitely waiting for price to pull back to this area. I would rather prefer a curve movement and not just a straight down to this point. But let's see how it plays out. Or it comes back here and it plays around to show that there's some bias over here. And then we see how high we can push it. But whatever the case is, I would update you guys. Trade safely, guys, and goodbye for now. Cheers.